I'm giving so much in the way of time, energy, effort, well-being, and I'm getting next to nothing back. And when I looked at the sacrifice and I was looking at my life, like the scales weren't matching up. And it's partly the reason why I was like, Christina, you need to leave. 16 months ago, I started working as a doctor, and from day one, things just fell off. I don't know. I don't want to watch my life go by because I have to be on the ward and feel like what is this sacrifice for? You know when those thoughts keep popping into your head, like this isn't right. You tell yourself it's not that bad. I'm just being dramatic. Just get to the end of the year. Things might get better. I would shove them aside. I'd get ready for work. I'd show up to work the next day, and there they were again. This isn't right. There has to be more than this. And one day, that was it. Hi, I hope you're well. I'm sending an email to let you know. And in my notice, please take this email as my resignation. Best wishes, Christina. In the next few minutes, I'll share exactly why I'm leaving, why I won't be coming back, and what's next in store for me. When it comes to me and medicine, the honeymoon phase was very real. Like, if you imagine this, I'm 14 years old, no doctors in my family, but I'm the smart kid with good grades who wants to help people. So being a doctor just makes sense. But if I'm being completely honest, the part that I couldn't say back then was I was also the awkward, very cringe, only black girl in an all-white school, and nearly every day I felt invisible. When you grow up as the outsider and you walk into rooms or you step in a classroom, sure there's people around, but you don't really feel like anyone notices you. Or you stand out because you look different, but you don't stand out for who you are. Everyone around you can really effortlessly make friends, mingle, socialize, whereas you have to study and analyze and really work hard to understand how do I actually make friends. Back then I didn't realize, but honestly, I didn't actually accept myself. I was hoping that if enough people accepted me, then I would finally accept myself. Back then I thought being a doctor was just a career choice, but honestly it was actually a lot more than that. Med school, on the most part, was actually pretty good. I enjoyed studying, I enjoyed going to lectures, I enjoyed meeting new people, I enjoyed working hard, I enjoyed the challenge. But day one of the actual job was when things changed. You'll show up to work with, 100% energy, and you'll honestly be depleted back down to 20. You'll recharge in your evening, you'll show up to work back up to 80, you get depleted again. You recharge it back up to 60, then you're depleted again. Then you recharge back up to 40, and you're depleted again. You never really have the time to fully recover. In this job, I just feel like the sacrifice is too much. You miss birthdays, you miss funerals, you miss weddings, you miss graduations. 6 months ago, my mum graduated. She got her second degree, and I was actually so proud of her. So obviously, her only child, I was like, I'm coming to your graduation. And I remember I sent the request. I was like, it's my mum's graduation, like I would love to attend. And it got rejected. And they always put a reason when it gets rejected. They were like, oh, we're short staffed, there's not enough doctors to cover. And I was like, fine, I understand, fine. And it reminds me, my friend is engaged, she's getting married 2027, and she was telling me, because she was like, I'd love you to be there, and I was like, oh my god, of course, like got the dates down and everything. She let work know, because she's also a doctor, and they were like, sorry, we can't guarantee you'll have this day off, like, and I'm just like, imagine planning a wedding and not even being confident that like, oh yeah, this day I'm getting married, I'll definitely have off. I totally understand sacrifice when you gain something, but in this job, I don't feel like you gain anything. I would get it if there was a reward or there was like something to be like gained. You feel like work makes it up to you in some other way. There's like perks, there's benefits. It's not all about that, don't get me wrong, but it's just like when you give so much, you feel so depleted and you can't even celebrate with family. You can't even go to like, do you see my problem? The sacrifice is too much. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't mind the long hours at work, I don't even mind the night shifts. I don't mind a lot of things, but it's like the whole reason why I work is so that I can spend time with family when it matters. Like that is why I work. And if I'm not guaranteed time off with family or go to events or do you know what I mean? Go to a wedding, like what is actually the point? What is actually the point? So that's the first reason. I'm sick of investing so much and feeling like I get no return. And the second reason is a bit weird, but let me explain. I basically wanted a new challenge. I feel like this chapter has well and truly closed. Even before I like officially quit and handed in my notice, I just felt like I am done. Any length of time where I say after this is just prolonging the inevitable. I don't have anything more I wish to achieve here. I'm just done. And not in a bad way, I just feel like this chapter has closed. Like when you finish college, you're a bit sad, but honestly, you're just going on to like a next chapter now. When you get like a job opportunity at a new company, and you leave the old company, you're a bit sad, but you're just going on to a new chapter. Like I feel like I'm just moving on to a new chapter now. I don't feel like I'm leaving something behind, or I'm gonna regret not finishing or not completing something. And I know you guys on the channel know, but say there's anyone new watching, this thought of leaving is not new at all. Like I have made multiple videos about wanting to leave. This is honestly 3 years in the making. At medical school in the last few years, I wanted to leave. And it's only more recently, I feel like it's become like a concrete final decision. Like, yeah, I actually want to leave now. It felt like each time I would ignore this, it was like, I'm actually like, sacrificing my future a bit. Like if I really want the future that I dream of, like I have to quit. And at that point, each time I thought about quitting, it wasn't even scary. It was just like, this is the next step that you need to take. So when that happened, spoke to my mum about it. She was super supportive. She was like, sis, hand in your notice. She was actually, I think she was probably like maybe the final straw. Like when she was like, hand it in, I'm here for you. You can live here as long as you need to. Don't pay rent, don't pay bills. Like she's so supportive. I do have to say, like, I'm very lucky in that sense. She was like, hand it in. I believe in you. I believe in your business. I had 0 clients by this point, just a vision and a dream. And she was like, just do it. I just did it. So that's when I handed in my notice. I think today might be the day I hand in my notice. I'm saying that in the dark because it's only 5 p.m. I'm being dramatic, but it's not to say that was a bad day, but I feel like it was like a final day. Like I saw what I needed to see. I experienced what I needed to experience. I think I've had enough. Okay, so I am officially doing this. Hi, I hope you're well. I'm sending an email to let you know. Let me hand in my notice. Please take this email as my resignation. Best wishes, Christina. Right, am I about to send this email? Yeah, I am. I actually have had enough. Send. Message sent. Message sent. I feel so relieved. I feel so relieved. I actually feel so happy, like happy but in an emotional way. I feel so relieved. Right, it has actually gone. Let me just check it. It has, why is it set scheduled? Oh no, it's something else. Okay, sent. Right, yeah, notice. Okay, that's gone. 6:48 p.m. I feel so relieved. I could actually cry from relief. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the weird iPad angle. I rarely get emotional. Wow, I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved. I'm not gonna lie, I am nervous. Call me crazy, but I felt really confident quitting my job when I actually realised, Christina, it's really not that deep. Sure, you studied for 5 years. Sure, you've worked for over a year. Sure, you've got 80,000 worth of student loans. It's really not that deep. You're 24 with multiple skill sets in different industries. You're taking the leap to start a business, yes, but if you wanted to, you could just get a 9-to-5 as a project manager, social media manager, creative producer, video editor, video something. You have 5 years experience in video, social media, YouTube, the internet. You have 1 year experience in medicine. You've spoken to enough people. You've networked enough. You've done the job enough to know it's not for you. The worst thing that could happen if you take the leap is that you think, I don't quite like this. Maybe I should go back. And then you go back. The best case scenario if you take the leap is that you live the life you actually want to live. And when I realized that, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, maybe I should just leave. Quitting your job has such like heaviness to it and it sounds really serious. It is serious. But then when I think about my unique situation where I'm so lucky that I don't pay any rent. I live with my mum. We're literally like sisters. She wants me to be happy. She wants me to do well. And she has been saying week after week for the longest time, like, do what makes you happy. Choose yourself, bet on yourself. Like, I believe in you. You work so hard, you'll be fine. And like, hearing this over and over again is actually the confidence that I needed. Because sure, okay, maybe it is that deep to quit your job, but what's even deeper is just staying in a job that you just know isn't right. And I said I wasn't going to convince you to quit. I'm not convincing anyone to quit. You can make your own decisions. I trust you to do that. But what I would say is, you know, quitting your job sounds serious, and it is, but staying is also quite serious. Don't convince yourself that staying is like the better option or the easier option. Staying is quite serious if it's costing you your mental health, or staying is quite serious if you know that it's holding you back in another area that you could progress. Staying is quite serious if you feel like you're not getting any value from this career. Staying is quite serious if you know there's no room for progression, you're not going to get promoted. Staying is quite serious if the future of your career doesn't look any better than the present. Staying is quite serious if you're an ambitious person that's willing to work hard and you know you could achieve more elsewhere. So sure leaving is a big deal. To me, staying is almost a bigger deal because of what it would cost me and because of what I know I can do on my own. By the way, if you made it this far into the video, then I'm really excited to say in the new year, in 2026, I really want to start doing some in-person meetup events in London. For the longest time, I've seen requests from you guys of how you want to do, like, you'd love to come to like an in-person meetup, or you really feel like you're part of a community. You're so glad that you found my channel and other people who think and feel the same. I've wanted to do in-person meetups for the longest time, but I've not had the confidence to. So down in the description box below, I've got a little form. It'll take 30 seconds to fill out. If you'd like to come to an in-person event with me and a bunch of other like-minded people in London, then please do fill it out. I'm thinking coffee shop, maybe some book clubs, maybe just in-person events, some chit chat, I don't know, like dinners maybe. My biggest philosophy that I like to share on the channel is that you are not alone. You're not the only one overthinking. You're not the only one questioning the meaning of life. You're not the only one dissatisfied. You're not the only one lost. Like, you are not the only one. And I think I've done a good job of really pushing that message in my videos. And I know a lot of you guys feel that when you watch my videos. I would love to bring this offline, in person, IRL. So that is the plan. Yeah, fill out the form. Excited to see you guys in person, IRL in London. And now back to the video. I think we're on my third reason now of why I quit my job. So the final reason why I'm leaving is no one is coming to save you. Right now, if you look at the news, there is constant headlines of like how doctors are on strike, doctors are being greedy, they're asking for too much money, doctors are contributing to patients dying because we're not in the hospitals. And a lot of these headlines are just like propaganda, I'd say, or like spreading like false messages. The reason why doctors are on strike isn't really like just because of pay, honestly about job security. I was talking to my friends the other week about like, should we plan a holiday next year? And they were saying like, you know, let's put that on hold for now because I might be unemployed next year. I might not have a job, or like, you know, if I have a job, maybe then we can think about a holiday. And I was like, wow, this is like, these are all doctors, by the way, like these are doctors talking about I might be unemployed next year. This year, 30,000 doctors applied for 10,000 jobs. So obviously the math isn't mathing there. Like if you don't get a job, your options are limited. And you know, I worry about some of my friends because come August coming up, 2026, I hope none of them are unemployed, but there is a chance that some of them might be. And it's not any fault of their own. It's not because they're bad doctors, they're lazy, they're disorganized. It's not that at all. It's just because there's not enough jobs. Like it's actually wild to think about how a developed country like the UK can't even ensure that it has enough doctors for its population. And basically I was thinking about like what I wanted for my future. Like I was sat there at work typing up some notes and I was like, all I actually want is just to be able to move back to London where most of my family is. I want to just live a nice life in a nice flat, go out for meals with my friends from time to time, treat myself to a coffee couple times a week without feeling guilty, few holidays a year. You know, maybe that's asking for too much, I don't know, but that's honestly just the life I want for myself in my 20s. I was looking at the situation that medicine could give me and the current state of the NHS. And then I was thinking about, Christina, you know, if you just applied your hard work to your own business, your own life, your own thing, I'm sure you could create that for yourself. I'm sure you could get your little London flat and live your little mid-late 20s life in London. Like I don't know, I was just looking at like the life I want, can I get that from this job? Or is that something I have to create for myself? And I basically just realized like, Christina, no one's coming to save you. If you want this life for yourself, you have to go out and create it for yourself. The government is not going to hand you a nice little cush tea life in London. Like the government isn't going to hand you enough money to treat yourself to coffees and meals and without like tracking how much you're spending, like opening your bank account every 30 seconds. The government won't give you that. Like if you want that, go out and make it for yourself. And I know it seems extreme to quit your job to create that life yourself, but to me it just makes sense. Like no one is coming to save you. If you want things, you have to do it for yourself. No one is going to come and save you. So maybe that's drastic, but that is like a big reason. And you might be wondering what's next for me. I know you're looking at my subscriber count and thinking, am I about to be an influencer? But honestly, no. I've teased a little bit about my next chapter. I've mentioned business, I've mentioned clients, but here's a little bit more about what that involves. I know so many of my doctor friends that are not happy in their jobs and fed up, but they have no other choice. And it's always been in the back of my mind that, like, gosh, I am really lucky. Like, let me not waste this opportunity. Let me make the most of this. Let me actually, like, be brave, because a lot of people say, oh, I have no other skills. I just have this degree. Like, I know I'm, like, in a lucky situation, a privileged situation where, because I started at school, at university, I've now built something that I can use. And I know people will be like, Christina, you're going to be a full-time influencer. I genuinely can't imagine anything worse. Like, if anything, I'm probably going to be uploading on the channel less. Like, you're probably going to see me a lot less here, because what I'm starting now is like YouTube growth for businesses, creators, founders that want to grow their YouTube channels. I will essentially like coach them on, this is how to do it. If you want to grow on YouTube, this is how. If you want 10,000 subscribers, this is how. Like, that is now, like, you know, that's I guess a skill or like a qualification. That's a apprenticeship that I've done that I can now use in another job. I know if you're watching this, maybe you're similar age to me. I know a bunch of you guys are also like early 20s, midlife crisis, quarter life crisis. It's so easy to work really hard. Like, almost working hard doesn't set you apart as much as it used to. Like, it's so easy to just it's so easy to grind non-stop. It's so easy to wake up early. It's so easy to stay up late. Like, I know working hard makes you feel like, oh, I deserve more. I should get more. Why isn't things working out for me? Why don't things go my way? Working hard can only get you so far. At a certain point, the only way you will receive new things in your life is if you start doing something new. You quite literally have to become like a new person. Like, you can't stay in the same place and get new results. You can't stay doing the same work and get new results. You can't stay around the same people and get the new results. Pick one thing that you want to do that's new, and the moment you do something new, you'll receive something new. I honestly swear by this. However, it wouldn't be a complete life change if something didn't go to plan. My business is now up and running, and I've been trying to get my first few clients, and I'm not going to lie, it's been harder than I expected. So stay tuned for next week's video, where I'll show you my last few days of working as a doctor and the reality of starting an online business from scratch. Today is my last ever day in the NHS. That is the last shift clocked out. You can't believe it. I'm so relieved. Okay, so I may or may not have just gotten my first client. We have our first hiccup. So client that I was super excited to land. I have a call with a publisher right now about potentially writing a book. When I say winging, you say it. Winging. I'm feeling so out of my depth. Like, I've never felt so out of my depth before.